Hey, Pets, I'll be back in a couple of, like a minute or two, alright? Yeah, quite excited about this, the new stream format. I'll have a look now, Pets. I think I did. Let's have a look. Low latency. I think I clicked that. It doesn't seem to be like. I haven't tried Rocket League again, so I'm hoping it wouldn't. Yeah, enable. It's the bottom option on advanced, isn't it? Network bind to IP, enable new networking code, and then low latency mode. Yeah, I've got that enabled. Um, so if you reply now, hopefully I'll be quite quick. Right, I just saw you say yeah. Did that seem quick? Well, I'm going off the OBS window for that, so I don't know if there's a tiny bit of a delay there compared to when you say it in the chat. Yeah. Quite. Yeah, I don't know if do you think I need to shrink the game window a bit, like because of the chat? It's the I don't know if I got this chat too small, but I don't really want to shrink the game window considerably. Stick that behind there so I can't be seen. Hey, Folds, you right, brother? I've got new. I'm testing out something new here, as you can see. I'm upgrading my production values from bargain, basement levels, not bargain levels. Please. If I try about. Right, the only thing I noticed, it did seem to make it a bit narrow. I'll try that now. Because I was watching the video on this. Oh yeah, if I right click on that. Oh yeah, transform. Edit transform. Maybe there's a way to. Is that a special kind of emoticon? Uh, yeah, I think I saw an option like that. Yeah, so if I do this, that still looks alright, doesn't it? It doesn't look too narrow. It's not. I mean, can you see the chat alright on the stream? Because I just wonder if, like, on a smaller window, I don't know if it'd be quite. Uh, maybe make it a little bit. If I shrink the game box slightly. Ah, cool. Yeah, it is for the feedback. It's perhaps quite obvious. I'm so new to this. It's exciting though. If I'd known it was this easy, I probably would have stopped being lazy and done it a lot sooner. I think especially if I'm going to be playing games with 4:3 aspect ratio. Yeah, I'm fiddling about with it in the. Hey, Joa. Yeah, here we go. Some 32x stream. I'm glad you're here for the first 32x stream, Joa. Just seems right. Yeah, I don't know if you can see me resizing it on the stream. I'm currently doing that. It's a bit narrow. We'll try that. And if I just slightly, maybe go with about that. Oh, it's properties. Okay, properties. Oh, I see. Right. Okay. So if I just do that, yeah. Sorry, Gab, bear with me. And then maybe make width 600. Whoa, it's made it disappear entirely. Okay. Because on transform, I was just sort of editing it like one bit at a time. I think that's. Can someone type something in now just to make sure I haven't broken it? Really, yeah. Hey, there we go. Okay, I think that's alright. I might. Well, to be as good as 32x takes ages. To be as good as 32x takes Sega. I don't think you'll agree, Java. That's not. To say something takes Sega, especially in regards to the 32x, is always complimentary. Yeah, there we go. That seems really good. Nice one. I can make the game window a little bigger. Maybe run there. I think that was a UK logo saying specifically as well, wasn't it, Java? I think I'm right in saying that. Good Simpsons terminology there, Peds and Biggin. So Kabila now just give the game and go right to the. Yeah, I'll go with that for now. I'll probably continue to fiddle with it. I would like to get. I mean, I've obviously just got a boring black background on it as well, but I do want the game window to be as big as possible. I'm not sure if I. Also, I always have to ask this. Volume levels seem alright? Like, you can hear both the game and myself okay? Don't be afraid to say if not, because I've always tried to be conscious of that. Yeah, maybe Europe. I know I've seen Australian ads from like the Master System era, uh, where they pronounce them as Sega. Sega. I have to force myself to say it because I've just always known that as Sega. I mean, how could you not? They say it in the most popular Sega games from that era, right at the start. I didn't mean to insinuate anything, Burns. Alright. Okay, cool. Glad to hear on sound levels. Thanks for the heads up on that. So what I'll do, I mean, the only thing is this will look a bit, because I've obviously zoomed it into the 4x3 game, but when I bring this up, which is the settings on RetroArch, which are 16:9, it'll be a little bit weird. So it'll kind of overlay a bit, so there's been a slight illusion of good production values do kind of fall apart a bit. That's alright, we're doing alright. Okay, make that C, make you B, and then yeah, I think that's alright. Cool. Oh, for the game capture, you mean airfolds? Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys. I swear we'll get to the game. But what was it? Yeah. So transform. Oh, that's really clever. Okay. Yes, if I. Man, this is quite exciting. All this, honestly, it's. Oh God. Let's try 200, 250. Let's try 300, 350. Try about that, yeah, that seems alright, doesn't it? I haven't cut the game off, I don't think, either. Okay. Yeah. I'm a trendsetter by following all the instructions I followed online haphazardly. Oh, and if someone, well, the thing is, you're all following. I don't know if you can unfollow and follow my Twitch because I've now got the notification. I've got a couple of notifications set up for that, which I have customized a little bit. Okay, I messed something up here. Yeah, look at that. I accidentally made left, right on the D-pad. Yep, there we go. Look at him go. Isn't that great? There's one for hosted as well. So yeah, until yesterday, I've never played this before, and I've wanted to for the longest time. Like, as long as I can remember, like, Knuckles was my favourite Sonic character as a kid. So of course I wanted to play whatever this strange standalone game he had on the 32X. But if I didn't know anyone with a Mega CD as a kid, I certainly didn't know anyone with a 32X. Oh, I see. So you press A, and then that kind of calls the partner to you. Yeah, I've had a quick go at this. This is kind of a... it's quite a bit of elasticity to the mechanics of this and how you kind of use your partner. It's definitely the only 16-bit Sonic game with a tutorial to it. I guess it kind of needs one because this is such an unusual gameplay mechanic. Oh my god, yeah, I should try that if I also try and get a few DK emotes in there. That'd be great. I guess I am going with the I am going with the DK kind of theme for this. Just seems right. I'll try and get Dynamite Heady in there somewhere as well. Let's set A up correctly. Why isn't that working? Let's try setting. Let's make you A. That's how I'll make. You stay C, you become A. There we go. Been trouble with that. I don't know why those shoulder buttons aren't working. Yeah, how far did you get, Java? play by yourself. Oh, that's cool, Leopold. Yeah, I'd appreciate that. I'll steal all of those. Get some chunky con ones in there, why not? Yeah, so I guess if I do this... Ooh. Yeah. So we have trouble there in terms of... Ah, they're ready to... Yeah. There we go. I'd usually be confident enough to skip this, but... I should probably try this. Let's do it again. So, hold B button, press left, charge the rim power. Beast dive pad. Hey! Oh, I thought that was correct. Oh. Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos of this game over the years. Oh dear. We've come to our first impasse. Yeah, charge the rim power, release D-pad, and after player passes over the partner, release B. Yeah, I thought that was correct. Yeah, because I'm holding left. I charge that up. Release D-pad and yeah. What do you want from me, game? To be fair, that's how I did mess it up. Whoa! Upside down now. Tell you what. Let's try this again. Ooh. Control's been a bit weird there. Hey Optimus. Yeah, I'm kind of right, so I'm gonna edit the chat slightly. I did wonder if, like, with longer usernames, if that would become a bit of a thing. Yeah, if we just destroyed the chat on there. Put up. Yeah, Yumahara Kawase is great airfolds. I'm assuming you came across that through the speedrun community, right? Because those games are prime speedrun material. Yeah, it does give you kind of a license to struggle with games, certainly. Yeah, mate, I've always found this game fast. Oh, we got Matt here as well. Hey, Matt. We need to get Matt some, like, notifications where they, like, we have, like, Daleks pop up on the screen. There must be, like, some animated GIFs of Daleks. Good news for that. How are you today, Matt? Are you at work today? You're gonna have your blobby sound effect. Yeah, definitely Optimus. Well, I'm such a big fan of, like, classic Sonic games from this era, so it just seems like this is really something I should finally get around to, especially now that I've got my emulation set up well. To be honest, I was planning on waiting until Sega ever re-released this, and they never have. I don't know if that's due to the complexities of emulation, or if there's just definite demands there. I'm really not sure. There we go, I got a turbo button set up. So easy like to have when playing stuff like this. Okay. Okay. Yeah, you might be able to help me, Optimus, actually. I got stuck on the second part of this tutorial earlier. Hold B button. Alright, okay, so hold B button, press right, charge the rim power, hold D button, release B button. Oh, do you have to do it a few times, maybe? If you do, it should really give feedback. Oh, okay. No, that's alright. I need to hold the D-pad right. No, it felt, what you're thinking of on that, they did, they put, Game Gear games on Sonic Adventure Deluxe. I'm trying to remember that. I think it's like it had 6, and then Sonic Gems Collection had another 6 as well. They might have had all 12. Yeah, there are 12 Game Gear Sonic games, you can believe it. I think they might have had all 12 on Adventure Deluxe. Right, so I think going by how I just saw how the feedback works on this, I don't think I was doing the last step correctly, so... Oh, this is the first step again. Oh no, oh, this is my fault. Oh god. Sorry, this has been a terrible stream so far as progress. I wasn't really sure like how long this will be in terms... Okay, next, we're starting, let's see. Right, let's pay close attention to this. Hold B, close the rim, yep, I was doing that. Release D-pad, and after player passes over... Maybe I was doing that too soon, I don't know. Okay, so hold B, press left, charge the rim power, release D-pad. No, maybe that's too late. Yeah, see, I don't think I'm doing that last step correctly. Because, like, for the first tutorial here, when I did the last step correctly, the text box just kind of didn't display anything. I don't really, because it's the same results regardless, I don't really see what... Alright, so hold that. Okay, I might be getting tempted to skip this. Oh, it got released on GameTap. Yeah, I remember trying out GameTap. I think it's, I'm trying to think. I know some pretty notable people were involved with GameTap. Like, I don't know if it was... Let's just skip that one. For speed to pick your partner up. Yeah, GameTap was a pretty cool... I mean, I never paid for it, I did the trials, but yeah, it was pretty... I remember playing a lot of, like, Capcom arcade games with that. I think they got some... They got a couple of Saturn games on there, like, I think Panzer Dragoon Saga made it on there. So I think it's like the one time a few kind of oddball games, like, you know, Knuckles Chaotix. There we go. Panzer Dragoon Saga and maybe a couple of others. Hey Rafi, you alright? Yeah, I think I was on Steam when I was using GameTap. Speed to pick your partner up. Yeah, I think this mechanic's interesting, but I feel like the fact it needs this length of explaining for a Sonic game of this era, I don't think that's usually a good thing. I think these games do need a degree of immediacy to them. Jump. Press up. Oh, I see. That's quite cool. So you can use that to propel it. Yeah, I think I'm going to be really clumsy with this. I'm going to have no coordination. Okay. Yeah, it just seems weird because people would definitely buy it. Again, I don't know. Maybe it's just I know the impression I've gotten with this game is that a lot of the level design is pretty poor. Like it's pretty rushed. I believe that's SP the comedian as well. I'm partnered with, isn't it? We'll see Mighty the Armadillo at some point. He's going to be in Sonic Mania Plus. Who I think Mighty's only 2 appearances for this and that weird Japan-only isometric Sonic arcade game, which is what the other character from that's in Sonic Mania Plus is from as well. Mighty Ray the Squirrel. That's it. Okay, finally. Right, let's let's go and play some Knuckles Chaotix finally. And so what? This song I love to bits. As I said, I've never really played this game before, but I've come across this song, and I think it's one of the best game songs probably ever. At least certainly in the Sonic series. It's one that's been like remixed a few times. It appears in Sonic Generations. It's just a really lovely little kind of happy song with a slight tinge of sadness to it. I'm very keen on it. Yeah, I don't know if I'll get used to this. It's really okay. I played a little bit before I did get to this bit, so I got a whole SP of Hey. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know if I don't think the sprites are especially. I think they're a little bigger. Actually, yeah, they are a little bigger than the Mega Drive Sonics. Yeah, maybe. I'll tell you what, when I go back to like the Sonic Advance games, I still really like them, but those feel too zoomed in. The sprites, as like really nicely detailed and well animated as they are, I think those kind of need. I kind of wish they made them a bit smaller. Yeah, maybe this could do a bit more of a zoomed out view. I can't just that music, man. Okay, what's this? Ah, that's it. Okay, it's quite fun to play around with. It feels pretty well. It feels pretty well programmed. Like the physics seem on point, at least so far. What's that thing you just shared, Matt? Yes, I guess this. Whoa! Alright. I wasn't planning to go up there yet, but alright. I think this. I want to say, I think this does have 2-player as well. Which. That's gotta be fun to coordinate. I think it does. Ah! This is pretty cool. I think I'm right in saying that if you're interested in 32X stuff, I can't recommend the Digital Foundry Retro. Okay, that feels weird. I got 100 rins and didn't get an extra life, or there wasn't any kind of. Oh, I'm playing as Espia now, I think. Yeah. Oh no, I don't have Knuckles' glide now. I was really getting used to it. Oh! There we go. What's Espia's ability then? Ah, okay. So I didn't find that out. Yeah, that was a bit embarrassing. I did alright so far though. I think this is going to be like a practice area without any kind of enemies. Oh. I did see you pre-ordered Hyrule Warriors, haven't you, Joe? I hope you if you do end up playing that, I hope you do enjoy it. Yeah, you know what? I don't think I'm ever gonna master it because I'm a clumsy idiot, but I do like this weird elastic mechanic thing. So it'll just be a shame if I end up agreeing with the general consensus that it's just the level design doesn't take advantage of it. The guy here, like, you can probably tell again, is quite rushed. So I think this is a 32x launch game. Must have been early on at least. Oh, that's cool, we got a little 3D sign thing. Ah, here we go. There's the 32x's power on display right here. Not running at the highest frame rate, but that's okay. Okay, so I've got to get the blue spheres. Oh. Ah! I don't really like the way it kind of just shifts awkwardly. Oh, we've got spike scaling here. Yeah, we have. That's pretty okay. That's pretty neat. Yeah, like all the rings are getting larger as we get closer to them. So I don't know if this has Chaos Emeralds or what equivalent. I know it has save files, so if it does, then you could go back and sort them out. Oh shit. Yeah, so the 32X had some... Ah, shit. The 32X did have some very rudimentary 3D capabilities. Rudimentary being the key word there. Like, I know there's only like one game on the system, I think, that has, like, textured polygons as opposed to just all being one colour like they are here. You might know about this, John, that one being Dark Side. And that just has the lowest frame rate you've ever seen in your life, so it's clearly not something the system's like ideal for. It's probably not as powerful as it should have been, given what the hardware was positioning itself as, but it's kind of cool just to get like a Mega Drive style game like this with slightly higher fidelity. It's 3D, yeah. Alright, you guys decide who should we select? I suppose I just want to go with Knuckles, really. We got everyone's favourite, Vector the Crocodile. Who, I believe, if you look at like really early Sonic art, when they were gonna put him in a band before they mercifully decided that was stupid, I think you can see a Vector-looking kind of character. Okay, folds. I think he's meant to. Yeah, I think he's the slowest. He's got this ability. That's pretty cool. I have seen before. I like his running animation. Him sort of giving a cheeky look at the camera. Guys, that jump is so strange as well. Okay, what have we got? Chaotix 7. I remember Ego Raft did an animated skit on this bit where you kind of try and catch what character you're going to use. Might it. I think I've seen this. Yeah, the stage select is random as well. It's so strange. It is neat, although I do wonder what the difficulty curve will be like if it has to be. He is a fun design. He's quite goofy. Botanic base. Ooh. Yeah, I don't think any of these characters appeared until Sonic Heroes. Even then, like Mighty, the second character we got here, he was never seen again until like a background poster in Sonic Generations, and then upcoming in Sonic Mania Plus. They've used them a fair bit since. I remember the UK Sonic comic. That's pretty cool. I got my rings back there. The UK Sonic comic loved these characters. They used them a lot, I remember. Which is, I think, primarily how I knew of them, because, I mean, obviously this game wouldn't have had a large reach. It's kind of sure they didn't just port this game to the Saturn. Oh, bye, Mighty. I guess we're leaving you behind. Hey. That was a weird sprite. I don't think his tail doesn't look right to me, though. Oh, shit. Oh! Oh, that was bad. It's a cool place for them to put the, put the blue sphere there. Let's try and get Knuckles. Oh, I should have gone Charmy, actually. I think in a sea of games with annoying voices, I think Charmy the Bee's voice in the later games might be the most annoying. It's certainly up there. I saw this doesn't... oh, that's why I just was, wasn't it? I think that means you end up redoing levels. Oh, that's alright. Kill him again. Are you not a fan, Matt? Who's your favourite Knuckles Chaotix character, Matt? You're clearly the person to ask. God, I tell you what, I should have put Mike on a hotkey way sooner on OBS. Oh. Oh, he can climb! Oh, is that because he's paired with Knuckles, or does he have that ability? Yeah, it definitely takes a bit of a... Whoa! Yeah, that is definitely the first enemy I've come across. Those are quite sparse, aren't they? Whoa! Whoa! I have a sucker for sprite scaling. So, oh, you can go upwards as well. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I'm Knuckles now. Yeah, it's just so weird there's a 16-bit Sonic game I still haven't really properly played until now. Matt, I don't think that's one of the characters. I might be wrong. We'll check later, but I don't think any of them are called that. As far as I know. Espio. I don't think anyone's favourite is Charmy the Beebler, so... Okay, Knuckles there. How are we all today then? We've had a good week. I'm quite excited for the weekends. Ooh, it's a bonus. Okay, that's really weird because I assumed the bonus levels were only at the end of the level if you have, I imagine, 50 rings like Sonic 1, but I just saw one down there. there's a way for me to get down there though. I can't remember where it was now. Ooh, okay. Oh, okay, this is a different bonus level. Oh, I think I've seen a clip of this. That's pretty cool. I mean, I failed it instantly. Did feel a bit unresponsive, actually. Hey. Yeah, the soundtrack's really good. This is a nice looking game as well. I think if I remember from the Digital Foundry video, I think he said like the backgrounds are done by the Mega Drive hardware, and then the sprites are handled by the 32X. Like, if you watch his video on how he talks about his 32X game, it's really fascinating how the Mega Drive still doing a lot of the legwork in a lot of games. And there'll be some ones where it doesn't do anything. What? Okay, so I guess gravity kind of, the gravity will always be going down based on which part of the tube you're on. But let's try and get, Charmy. There he is. It's not weird you can't just select them, but it seems pretty... I can fairly consistently just catch them, right? Look at the size difference between them. I'm pretty sure Charmy's not that small compared to everyone else in the newer games. Hey Charmy, what's up? I think, I do think Vector has the funny, like, he has the most fun expressions and animations in this. I can see why you wanted me to be in, yeah, folks. Oh god, look at Charmy there. I'll enjoy that much. God, look at those fonts and typefaces and colours. That's very 94, isn't it? So hold on, this is 90. I'm pretty sure it's 94 anyway. I hope it is, because if not, I got that wrong on my stream there. So look, Knuckles Chaotix. Yeah, it's Knuckles Chaotix. Maybe it's 95, because... Yo, 95, okay. Mayday, mayday. Turn the lie. There we go, Knuckles Chaotix 995. Yeah, that'd make a bit more sense, because I didn't think it would have come out contemporary with, look at him go. I didn't think it would be contemporary with, Sonic and Knuckles or Sonic 3, because those were 94. Hey. Whoa! Yeah, there really aren't many enemies in this game, are there? See, I wonder if the weight difference is affecting things here as well. Ah! No, wrong way. So I haven't done this much, actually. Ooh. You know, a speedrun of this would be quite interesting, because I can imagine you could be quite clever with how you play with the mechanics, yeah. I feel like there's probably a few, like, techniques I'm missing, or things like that. Oh, wow, that's a very different looking shield for one of these games. Yeah, I'd be curious, especially like how long that would be as well. Ooh, can I get down? Oh! Hello, glitch. Oh, yeah, a bit of dodgy collision detection. Ooh. Oh, now he's the nondescript bomb. Oh, he's a bomb. Better not be a Nike shoe shill. Oh, I see. I was wondering if he'd be like Tails in terms of how he flies. Kind of more zooms about. It's pretty fun. Actually, I quite like this. Actually, I'd like to be playing this Charmy, which is not a phrase I ever thought I would ever utter. Yeah, so if I grab you, you go up there, I do this, yes, whoa! Perfect. Successful landing. Whoa! There we go. Let's go to this bonus level I'll die on in a few seconds. Yeah, I think this needs to be more responsive. And it needs bigger draw distance. Maybe it's some. Oh. Okay, I won't lie, this game is somewhat confusing. Ooh, good. Okay, if I. So yeah, I kind of suck at this. Come on! Get the hell up there. Ugh. Good lord, man. Yeah, they're pretty neat, Joe. As I say, it's kind of, there are some... I have gotten here as well. Let's see if I can find that, actually. That's 32x. There we go. Yeah, if you look like... I think that's a tech demo, like an Echo the Dolphin one. And, yeah, if you look at the developer card there, I think that kind of shows some pretty impressive 3D stuff on the system. Probably still pretty rudimentary, especially like by Sega Saturn or PlayStation 3D standards, but still pretty neat. I think this game's meant to have quite a bit of slowdown as well, but I think I've got an option that's overclocking the system, so maybe that's alleviated it. It's pretty neat as you go in there, like, well, it becomes somewhat sort of transparent. Yeah, there is the I might have it on here. There's a Mega Drive demo as well, a tech demo as well, called Sonic Crackers, which is kind of the originator for this. Yeah, these are neat, but as I say, it just feels like I press right and then the character starts moving. And the draw distance just is, I think it's too low for these really. Rins. There we go, I've got one Rin. Can I get two? Hey! Actually, this reminds me of Sonic Advance 1 as a bonus stage where you're kind of collecting rings like this. I'm finally kind of benefiting from these bonus stages. Yeah, it's not every game. Again, got like Doom, Dark Side. What's funny as well, like I was downloading Mega CD games, and those are like half a gigabyte. These are all like, they rarely go above like 4 megabytes. These are all pretty tiny. But yeah, generally like the most notable games on there. Virtual Racer, and I need to get the US version of that. I got the PAL one. It's quite right. But yeah, quite a few, tried to get generally the interesting games on there. I know that's meant to be pretty awful, but I gotta try that at some point. Especially because it's meant to be quite an expensive game. I can't remember, Peds. Is that the HD? Is that the capture card I was considering buying off you because you offered it? Was it that one? I've got to say that is not a. That is the lesser of the Sonic Act Cleared jingles. That it's not terribly triumphant compared to some of the other ones. Ooh, right, okay, so I need to go this way. No, I don't. I need to. Ah. Okay, there we go. I got one there. Can I get this one? Yeah. There you go. Yeah, I don't like the way the camera just kind of shifts a bit too dramatically when you go over a hill, or like the angle of the surface you're on changes. These are cool otherwise, though. They seem to be a bit more responsive than the other ones. This is probably like up to like 20 frames per second, I think. So again, probably not too bad for the 32X. I mean, it's just kind of neat to see this kind of 3D on the Mega Drive, even with enhanced hardware. I mean, it's definitely running better than like any Super FX chip game I can think of on. Oh shit, I could have gone that one. Yeah, because like Super FX games like don't generally run as well as this. But then thinking about it, I think Super FX games, they generally don't use sprites like this one does for like the main character and a lot of the obstacles. Yeah, I do wonder how... Ooh, ooh, yes! Just about got it. Oh, we're not done yet, though. Oh wait, there we are. Yeah, there we are. Nice. Yeah, I gave those two a go. I gave Space Harrier and Afterburner a quick go. Yeah, they seem pretty alright. They seem like good ports. Afterburner is half the frame rate, which is probably not bad for the time, but it definitely wouldn't be the version I play now. It's just more kind of cool to see it run like that. I tried the Mega Drive Afterburner too briefly, and the 32X version is definitely better than that. Oop. I guess we're going mighty now. Yeah, I've got a big soft spot for Stunt Race FX, Joe. I was playing that quite a bit, like, maybe a year or two after I got my SNES. Like 2004, and somehow I was still alright with the performance and visuals of it. I would kill just to be able to play like Super FX games with a higher resolution. Like, it doesn't even have to be that much dramatically higher in terms of resolution, just up a bit and then have the frame rate at 60. It's Red Sonic. Yeah, I think he is basically meant to be Sonic in this, isn't there? Yes, this has a really good soundtrack. Oh, look at this sprite scaling. Oh, here we go. Oh, I think so. I guess you can.
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
God damn it, Dracula. Open your mind a bit, not all, Oh dear, I think I was just about to hashtag not all men to, Dracula. Pretend I didn't just do that. Yeah, very solid looking enemies here as well. Oh, get off me! Is that the weird robot thing there laughing at me? Why does he sound like Tidus? It's been a while since I've heard the Tidus laugh. I do, at some point, if I stop being lazy, I will get around to adding more sound effects on that. They'll almost all be like bad voice acting from games, just because I love that stuff. Definitely need to get more Resident Evil ones in there. Whoa. Off we go. Ooh. Wait, is that a... Ooh, how do I get in there? There's a lot of creating around the place in this. Hey. Oh, what was that? I thought that was going to crush me for a moment. Quite glad it didn't. Yeah, one of them... I forget, I have got a House of the Dead 2 one, yeah. Definitely need to get more. I was thinking of streaming that as well. I've got the, I've got the Wii port of House of the Dead 2 and 3, and they work really well on Dolphin. Ooh, for some of Invincible. Hey. When is that not the case, though, Matt? When are you ever not in the mood for Daleks? Which is a natural state of mind to be in, don't get me wrong. Yeah, Joe, we watched, you know, like those movies we watched and doing commentaries on. We did one for, a Doctor Who movie last night, Doctor Who and the Daleks. In which I had to keep telling Matt about the history of Doctor Who, which he was so ignorant to, but I knew everything. That might be a horrible lie! Ah, damn it. I deserve that after what I just said. Ooh, okay. Ah, shit! I'm jumping time. Peter Cushing and the Daleks. Yeah, it's a really nice port of House of the Dead 2 and 3 on there. I wish they did the first one as well. I mean, it's good value with 2 and 3. But the first one's never really had a decent port as far as I know. The first House of the Dead, that is. Ah, damn it, I wanted to get Espio. So I'll get Knuckles. Yeah. Okay, so I think you can rig that in terms of what levels you get. Because it looked like it landed on the level after the one that was highlighted when I hit the bouncer thing. Yeah, so far I am enjoying this. There's definitely a bit of fiddliness to the mechanics as I expected. I will say the levels do kind of blend together. They don't feel very... I feel like the thing that's standing out about this is definitely more the just the fun of zipping around, achieving some stuff with the rim more so than the... There's a lot of levels just like that, where there's just kind of multiple tiers of platforms above each other. So I think that's probably where like the level design critiques come in, but I'm still really enjoying this. Probably just because I just love the aesthetic of these kind of 16-bit Sonic games so much, and this one is really... This one especially feels like it kind of leads into that, the kind of bright colours, peppy soundtrack, a lot of weird abstract imagery. I guess it's very dimly nostalgic to me, but it's also the look I like in general anyway. Oh, is that down thing to slow those down a bit? Wait, why have I only got one ring? Oh, did I have to exit the level properly to get what I got for that? Oh, House the Dead Overkill is amazing. I've got the, see, because I did get a PC port as typing of the Dead Overkill, but you can play it like a light gun game as well. How is this? Oh, there we go. You can play it as a light gun game as well, like with the mouse. Actually, I do have a way to hook up Wii remotes to my PC, so maybe there's a way to get that working. Yeah, there's not a lot of... These just more kind of feel like racetracks more than like platforming levels with much in the way of difficult design. This is pretty neat as well, just sort of little integrations of 3D like that every once in a while. I enjoy Yoshi's Island. Yoshi's Island does that quite a lot. Yeah, the... My god, does that game have a foul mouth. And there might be, because obviously, I think referencing Grindhouse Cinema, that probably got a little played out after a while, but that game is so fun about it. I've never actually finished it though, so I know the end is just meant to be horrible in terms of just how grotesque it gets. I got quite near the end of the, oh, I got Mighty now. I got quite near the end of the typing one on PC, so maybe I should finally go back and finish that. Oh, I got Knuckles back. Ah! It's there. I wonder why they did choose Knuckles for this as well. I mean, thinking about it, I guess the only Sonic characters to have spin-offs are Robotnik, obviously Mean Bean Machine, Tails, because he's got a couple of Game Gear games, Shadow, and then Knuckles with those. And I suppose, like, Nintendo haven't done it too much. Luigi's only really had the Luigi's Mansion games, and that edutainment game Mario is missing. Toad got a game on Wii, got Captain Toad, obviously. Hey. Hey. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stream that whenever I get around to that, because my reaction to that will probably be worth having on record. So I assume I'll lose my goddamn mind over it. So I know in some Sonic games with special stages it just kind of skips you to the next one if you if you fail it, but this one does look like it. You'll keep doing the same one over and over again until you get it. It's quite nice in a way because it does mean you kind of get to practice it a bit. But it also means if there's just one you can't get past in the life of you, kind of, you know, it'd be nice to just try another one at that point. I would have thought your... Okay, so your blue spheres don't carry over between phases, so you have got to... You can't, like, get loads of blue spheres in the previous round and then have any of those carry over to this next one. Ooh. Oh god, that was confusing. I thought I was going towards the tube. Ooh. I love in Sonic Mania as well, I love the special stages in that with the, they just go outright 3D and it looks like Sonic R. What? I feel like I got every single one I... Wait, we're still going? Oh, it makes me go back through it. Okay, that's pretty forgiving, actually. Oh, this is, if anyone wasn't convinced this is a blind playthrough before, I would have thought they would be now by that point. Whoa! Oh! Whoa! Damn it! Oh, that's frustrating. Yeah, I suspect I'm gonna have to go back and get all the Chaos Rings. No way I'm gonna do every bonus stage of the normal playthrough. Oh yeah, of course, Wario. Oh, yeah, Wario's actually probably the biggest one since the Mario spin-off, yeah. Yeah, with the Wario Land game on Wii, it's a shame it's only limited to 480p because the anime, like the anime studio they got to do like the sprites for that, they look amazing. They're so expressive. They give him a really funny personality. I really just sound like Nintendo. Almost every Nintendo game has 3D visuals now, because I still like to see them do sprites or 2D visuals like that whenever they can. Yeah, but I don't think that Wario Land game sold that well, unfortunately. We definitely haven't seen a non-Wario Wario game since. Which I love the hell out of WarioWare, so it's not the worst thing for me. Okay, just do this. Yeah, it's definitely the longest span of time I've ever played a 32X game. So, because on this, there's one emulator that you could use for like Master System, Mega Drive, Game Gear, SG-1000, like the very first Sega console, even before the Master System, like Mega CD, like so it comes as like pretty much everything from that era, apart from 32X. Like I don't know if it's ever planned to get support for that, but so I'm having to use a different emulator for this instead called Pico Drive, which isn't meant to be as good as God, wait, what? Oh God! It's hard to be entirely sure what's happening in this game at times. Hey. No better stage. There he is in all his pixelated glory. Yeah, I was so happy with that Java that 2D is. To be fair, 2D is as prevalent as it could possibly be at the moment. I think we just grow. It's a great time to be into games now. 'Cause there's so many different genres. And pretty much all of them are being serviced. Like even stuff that was struggling. Ah, maybe knockers again anyway. Even stuff like horror, which was in a bad place a few years back, and now doing really well. You know, for crazies like me, we now have great ways to play a lot of these older games as well, with some modern enhancements. Yeah, if you guys haven't played Celeste yet, I definitely recommend that. That is a lovely recent 2D platformer. Really sweet story to it as well. My brother got me that for my birthday on Switch, and I absolutely adored it. Whee! Yeah, for the faults in the level design, it is just still fun to zip around in this game. But yeah, that's the most viewers I've had, at least that I can remember. If anyone's watching that isn't part of the usual crew that come in here, welcome, I hope. I feel like cringing too much and me attempting to not just careen everywhere. Yeah, I plan to stream for a good bit. So I'll see if I can do this in one go. Poor Knuckle. Yeah. I call this Vector ignoring the plight of others in the pursuit of jamming out. In fact, I'm going to be right back in a sec. I'm going to grab a drink, so I will leave it on this image. Poor Knuckles. Yeah, that was. Think of that. I probably should just leave it. I mean, I could not leave it unpaused on that, but I nearly died because of that. And that wasn't too hard to watch. Like my character unintended just possibly dying. Oh, was Metal Sonic just on screen? No way. Yeah, he is in this, but I mean, I haven't really seen him much yet. Sorry guys, bear with me a sec. Just linked this stream to a friend who's also a big retro game nut. That's funny. That, yeah, I wonder if that's kind of a like if you stand still. It's like how in like It's like Bubble Bobble, where you get chased by this weird kind of Grim Reaper thing if you stand still for a while. I think he was coming to punish Vector for his negligence. Whoa! Oh god! Oh god! I've got no reds. Give me reds. I could go diagonally maybe. I just saw your message about blindfolded game. People playing games blindfolded. Yeah, it's pretty crazy though, isn't it? The punch out seems to be like a great case for that. I mean, I guess punch out is so memorization based that it is a good fit for that. Damn it, wanted to get those rings. Ooh, Pimmick still can. Hey. Ocarina of Time blindfolded, oh my god. Oh, that's incredible. I can't even... Man, that's dizzying to imagine. I guess, like, with 3D games it might be easier, because I imagine they rely... You get more positional audio in those. Let's say Knuckles. Up you go. Ah! I'll do. So you can kind of use that to... Like, you can use the positional audio to know where enemies are. I don't think 2D games would generally have as much. I just need 5 more rings. Ooh! Oh, please don't tell me I'm not going to be able to find another ring. Can't you guys just take the rings off your hand and have those count to the tally? You want to go to the bonus stage. So sometimes it's not like I would have thought that would be one I could jump through that platform above move, but I guess you're meant to kind of get from the shaded of it that it's not one you can jump through. Hey. That's definitely the end of the... That's gotta be the end of the level there, but I think I'm gonna be one bridge short. That's very annoying. Ah, oh, that's lovely. I love stories like that. Get on that blind kid, that's amazing. Ah, damn it, yeah. Gah. It's our worst feeling than being one rid short. And apparently Vector doesn't care, so he's alright. I know there's a Game Boy Advance game, part of that Bit Generation series, if you've ever seen that. I mean, how many levels are there? Is it like 4 or 5 per each of them? Yeah, it's a Game Boy Advance game where you just play it with sound, like you don't need to look at the screen at all. And the idea is that you have earphones in. So you just kind of go by the positional audio on that. It's so clever. Okay, back here again. Yeah, that's great as well. I'm so happy to see changes like that to make games more accessible. There's really the importance of those really cannot be overstated. Like, I know it's pretty obvious to say, and probably like the least controversial thing you could, like, most obviously agreeable thing you could say, but It really is true. Like, while games that want to be challenging should still be able to be challenging, like, nonetheless, I do think accessibility is hugely important for the medium. I really hope they continue to find new ways to make it as accessible to as many groups as possible like that. No, I have to admit, I'm not... I'm a bit of a dummy, so when I see that Xbox accessibility control, I don't entirely understand how it works. I'll definitely, like, if there's any videos of it in action, or when there will be, I'll definitely have to check it out. I don't quite know how the, like, the two kind of disc-looking things kind of play out. It's definitely very creative design, though, how they've managed that. Yes, earphones. I've seen, I think it was Momodara, if you've ever seen that, like a really cool kind of series of platformers. Yeah, he did a great run on that. He gave a really sweet little speech again at the end about how that speedrunner and that community meant to him. It was really great. Seemed like a super nice guy. And of course, his speedrun was amazing. Yeah, Ironheart. Yeah, I noticed he posted about it. Yeah, I really hope he gets some of that. That'd be great. That is actually where I get quite critical of, like, times when Nintendo don't make motion controls optional. Because that is a point where it's like, well, someone like Ironhide will struggle with that. It's like, well, why just get the option in there, which they sometimes do really well, like stuff like Splatoon. But in cases like Mario Odyssey, where it's like, well, if you use the motion controls, you'll get a slightly better move out. It's like, don't, like, penalise people who aren't able or willing to do that. Just a myriad of options, which I know Nintendo sometimes don't want to offer a lot of options to not confuse people, which I get, but I think with stuff like that, there's many ways for people to enjoy games like that is so important. So you know what's cool as well? I just learned, as completely unrelated to what we were just talking about, but I've just realised, you might have noticed I've gotten a blue ring power-up, which means that if I get hit, I only have to get one ring and I get all my rings back. That was reused in Sonic Mania, and I actually thought it was unique to that game, but they took it from this. So it's actually really cool to see the origin of that. I mean, the people they got to make Sonic Mania just obviously know these games inside out, so I'm not surprised they would pull something from something like this. Yeah, I love it though. I love crazy, like, overly vibrant aesthetics like this, even if it is, it's quite cool, as you can... I think Charmy's one of my favourite, gameplay-wise, one of my favourite partners on this. Even if I haven't quite mastered the controls of it, he's definitely one of the most useful ones. Yeah, so I would have loved this as a kid, definitely. Ah! Hopefully I got that, the blue rim power-up I was just talking about. Whoa! So I just about made that work. Ooh. Whoa! I just about got into the bonus run. Alright. I'm not happy with how this ended last time, so we'll see how this goes. Okay, I got that one. for it. So these are timed in the sense that there's a few other Sonic Village stages like this where it's how many rings you have. Your ring count is always depleting. Oof. Right, just one more. Ah, you're kidding me. That's the problem, because sometimes visibility is kind of an issue here. So it's at least pretty forgiving that it just kind of loops the section to let you get any blue spheres you missed. There we go, I just have to beat it now. I feel nervous making those jumps. It's kind of hard to get a good idea for the depth perception on them. You strat your fin vector. I think your folds would improve. There we go. Yeah, I was just watching that video, Jawa, of Blight Sound. That's incredible, isn't it? There's Anthem. Yeah, Tempest is really fun. I didn't really grow up with it, but I've played it since, and yeah, it's really fun. Speaking of Vector, the Vector graphics and that. Yeah, so I could see how you could. So I guess you are meant to loop this over. So unless I'm missing something, I don't think you could get enough blue spheres on a single run of those. Well, hopefully I can not mess it up. I don't like the way it shifts. Actually, do the blue spheres replenish? Because if not, maybe there's ones I am missing somewhere. Okay, let's try and get this one on the left. This one on the right. And then this one. Oh, this is where I fell down before, yeah. Yeah, I don't like the camera bobbing up and down there. It makes it really hard to get kind of gauge your distance and hey! I am best crocodile. Or alligator. Oh no, he is a crocodile, isn't it? Hey! Oh, this is really at more than 3 now. Bonus stage performance hasn't been great. Oh shit! Let's go back. I think I've just lost my save. Do you have to manually save? Oh god. I can't believe I just done that if I have. Matt! That's not appropriate! I mean, it is, but shut up. I don't like it. Shows a way to rewind on here. Yeah, it's the arcade. So why did it do anything? Oh fuck, you know what it was? It's because I picked no save. Oh, that's the stupidest thing I've ever done. Why is it rewind working? So rewind. So if I can rewind, I can at least get back to. Oh shit! I think it hasn't been on, so that might. Settings, input. Oh, frame throttle. Yep, we've lost our save. Oh god, someone shoot me. See if I can download a Knuckles Chaotix save. I can't believe I did that. Should be an option to like when I went to quit. Yeah, this isn't entirely sympathetic. Like I didn't realise I picked no save on the title screen. I really should pay attention to that. Just wondering maybe if I like find a save file on that to look like it's Chaotix. Save file. Oh no, that's not the way to. Right, probably not going to complete it on this run then. Hope I can try different levels. Yeah, and actually I'm usually pretty good at doing save states just in case on this, but I think I'll definitely keep that on. The rewind feature. So that would definitely help in future instances like that. Jasm, you're the dumbest motherfucker. Yeah, okay. This would have all been saved if Data 1 was the default option, not no save. Oh, there you go, see, like it even says auto or manual, I'll definitely want auto. Right, let's see if we can fast forward through this to some extent. Leave, yeah. Oh, that sucks, man. I know a lot of people can probably relate to that earphones because the the GameCube Zelda compilation disc. I'm probably not gonna be able to. Maybe if I change the speed of that, actually. Yeah, can I? Oh, for fuck's sake! Wait, hold on. Can I rewind from? Yay! Right, I'm gonna get into the habit of save stating often now. Oh god. Oh gee, it's been a while since I've experienced like an annoying case of save progress lost like that, so it really stings. I mean, at least I won't be doing the levels in the same order again. Yeah, I've got it, I think it's like, right, yeah, it's right behind me on my bookcase. It wouldn't be so bad. Majora's Mask is like the one game you can't just save everywhere on. At least the original version. So yeah, it's got a bit like that game's already pretty tense, like trying to work against the time limits. So that's gonna only make it worse. Here you go. Yeah, sorry, again, to be showing you stuff you've seen before on the stream. I fucked up and I lost my save because I am a massive silly. Massive silly. Ugh. least we get to hear this song again. That's a good call. I just had a cappuccino. You've got a coffee maker in the house, like a really nice fancy one. I'm not very discerning with hot drinks, but I really enjoy that. It's kind of weird with this. I guess this has no lives. So I certainly wasn't expecting. Ooh, that's a good call. Alright then, let's have fun with this. What's a... Well, I guess you just told what it folds. Jar, do you have any stories of, like, losing a save that you really wish you hadn't? And if so, was it your fault like this one was my fault? Ooh, that's funny, okay. Oh shit. I can't get to it because I'm too small. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, hopefully I'll be a bit better at these, not like better practiced. Tell you what, I might, when I get to the player select, I might go as Vector again, but if I don't, what character should I play as? And it has to be a non-Vector suggestion, sorry, Alphonse. Okay, that's completely my fault, because I fast-forwarded at a point I probably shouldn't have. Yeah, it's one thing I love playing on emulator as well. I use fast forward so much, especially in RPGs. Right, we're not fast forwarding here though. It's like this. There we go. There we go. It's funny because I was just wondering if I wasn't streaming, would I have just like dropped the game there and then after losing my save. That's what I do like about streaming. It just kind of egg you on a bit to keep playing again. But yeah, we'll likely have to do a second part to this instead of me. This might be a bit fatiguing to do everything again. Oh god, that stings. Especially with Donkey Kong 64 because it's such a long game. Alright, just gonna take a quick loo break, guys. I want your character suggestions. Who should I play as? I was Vector before. You can say him again if you want, but we've also got Charmy, SBO, Mighty, Knuckles, and Shrek. Alright, back in a second. screw it, I'll just go with Knuckles. I assume that's who you meant, but for yeah, for just sake, we'll get Vector as our first partner. Ooh, so did you have like Xbox Live Gold and cloud saves on that Jara? Because it sounds like you were able to at least retrieve the save. Oh no, Sam. Oh. Oh, hopefully you slept well that night at least. Oh god, that Vic 20 magnet story jar. Oh god. Actually, yeah, like magnets can do much worse damage to that. Hey, we've seen a Breaking Bad one like that. So yeah, at least that could have been worse. Still, man, that does still. You just message me on Facebook. If you're watching Roland, which I'm not sure if you are, because I assume you don't have a Twitch account. But welcome. So I lost my game save. Yeah, so I'm so happy I've got chat on the stream now. I'm gonna probably keep that even for widescreen stuff. Just make it transparent. Actually, I think, is it transparent? Oh yeah, it is. Maybe like give it a light background, if it has to be over the game. If I didn't care about the ring count for getting the bonus stage, I'd probably just try and keep fast forward on and choose this a bit. Yeah, it just doesn't. I mean, from a modern perspective, especially, that having lives, like, it's fine to not have them in this kind of game, but it just feels weird getting 100 rings and not getting the extra life jingle. What do you reckon Vector's listening to when he jams out like that? Is he a, this is 95, so I think Grunge was still in. Is he in Nirvana head? What do you reckon? I want to hear your speculation on that. So did a yellow ball make me bounce? But I really want to test it. Ooh. Where's Blue Sphere? Give me a Blue Sphere. Blue Sphere, where are you? Ooh. There's one. There we go. Here's another. Oh shit, I thought he was going to fall back off that. Thank goodness. So, any of us got any plans for the weekend? Are we all, like, going out? Any games we plan to play? Whatever game you play, don't lose your save file. Or at least make sure you've got a save file in the first place. It's definitely something I'll be taking on board after today. Hey. So up for earfolds, we're going to keep Vector on for a bit. Though we'd like to get Charmy again at some point. This might be my favourite level theme aside from like the very first one. Look how laid back it is. And hold on, I swear that I think they that there is a submarine in Sonic Mania on the later stage. I feel like it has that design, or very similar. So it's quite cool they got it from there. Bit behind on chat, let's have a look. Get jar and magnets. Nah, that's cruel. I want to see what the N64 Rocket League looks like. If you get the resolution to like 320 by 240 and have it on lower settings. Yeah, sounds like your nephews are great at Fortnite, Jara. They would definitely destroy me on it. I mean, so would a sack of potatoes, but still. Whoa! This is pretty neat. Wait, have I done this? No, I don't think I've done this level. Or if I have, I definitely didn't come across that bit. I know there were one or two zones that I just wasn't on the roulette, just weren't coming up every time. One cool thing as well, like with Sonic Advance 3 actually had a buddy mechanic. You weren't attached to each other like in this, but I remember, I think if you held down the R button, you could hold your partner like this. I think think about it, that did take some ideas from this, definitely. Even if it's not quite the same execution. I like that as well, like all the currently activated abilities you've got all appear on the bottom of the screen. It's definitely not something I've seen in any other Sonic game. Hey! Oh, haven't been. Yeah, I know, right, Joe? You can make out every pixel on him. I wonder where Peds is. We haven't heard from him in a while. Maybe he's lurking. It's fair enough. See, what does that crane do? Do I go to the character select after this? Yeah, these bits just feel a bit unresponsive for my liking. It just takes a while for you to make any movement. This is like Bubsy all over again. I don't know what all the fins I pick up do. They seem good though. Yeah, I wonder if this game's somewhat incomprehensible to watch. I mean, I've only just about got a grasp on these flinging your partner around mechanics. And even then, there is the sinking feeling that I'm probably not using them anywhere close to that full extent. That's why, as I say, it would be cool to watch a speedrun of this, because I reckon they'd probably do some really cool things with it. Get up there! That's where am I meant to go then, if I can't... Oh, I guess so. Yeah, I did wish sometimes it was a bit clear what platforms you could go up to from below. Which ones you count? Is that right? I did. Oh, is this the... Yeah, this one took me a couple of tries the first time on. So we'll see how this goes now. Let's make another save state. Might be feeling the pressure to do that periodically now. Oh, damn it, what an evil placement of the bouncer fin. Oh, okay, so let's check this out. What does that affect? Oh, I see. It kind of makes this a bit more manageable. Let's get Charmy in. Hello. Ah, yeah, he's definitely done a few levels on this world. I want to see you stream this now, Matt. See how you manage. I imagine you don't want to stream it, but... Yeah, Charmy's actually quite fun to play, so you can kind of zoom around the place a bit as I'm trying to think of what character he reminds me of in that sense. Because I thought he would play like Tails, but he doesn't really. It's funny, this is definitely the least I've ever spin dashed in a Sonic game like this. Didn't time that very well. Hey. Oh, calm down, Charmy, Jesus! Stay in one place, buddy. Oh. Oh no, you stupid. That's it, I'll be getting Rins. Could be. Save bees, people. We need them. Yeah, he is weirdly shaped there, isn't he? I was thinking, you know what it looks like? It looks like if your aspect ratio is wrong. Like, I guess in that case if it's like too narrow. It's really weird. I guess the idea is like he's meant to be leading forwards a bit. I'm so glad they put invincibility right before the end. Yeah, no worries, Joe. I don't want anyone to prioritise this stream over important household chores. So you do go ahead. Must emphasise this is not the most productive use of one's time to watch an idiot from South Wales struggle through this game. He will come in anyway, bless you. It is appreciated. So let's add more games from Matt to stream. Well, it's because I keep adding like so many games I want to stream and I've barely done any of them. Especially anything new lately, because I just want to play old stuff for the moment. It's a great use of like my expensive like PC and TV and stuff. I'm quite excited just because I've got a good retro setup on here now. It's like it took me a while to do properly. I've pretty much got retro art to a point where I want it now, so I can do like at least everything up to 16-bit stuff and even some 32-bit stuff quite nicely. I've messed around with a PS2 emulator as well, so maybe we'll get something on that at some point. Ooh, I didn't know if I'd make that. Ooh, oh god, oh god. So it just occurred to me, are we in like a molecular structure? Is that what that background's meant to be? Are we like even smaller than like a borrower or something along those lines? Oh, sorry about that, folks. Yeah, that'd be great, man. I definitely. The thing is, I suppose even just be able to play PC in my case, like, since so many. Like, even though I've got a few old systems, I'm not hooking any of them up. Not unless I ever get an upscaler. So, like, since I can stream emulated stuff, like, that does cover me for, like, a lot of older stuff that I'd want to stream. But yeah, I would like a capture card just to be able to stream, stream Switch stuff, which is all it'd really be, I guess. I mean, I got the 360, PS3, and Wii U, but I would like to stream, like, newer Switch games as I get them. It really does, like, it is really fun just having a chat to interact with while you stream. I know I've said that, definitely said that before, yeah, but... Not that that's an adequate replacement for social interaction. Must remember that. But it is very fun nonetheless. So I find, like, I generally, I don't know, like, if not that, like, I'd probably have, like, a podcast on while listening to this or something like that. Like, I want something else, usually, for a lot of games, so having a chat on stream definitely kind of adds that. I hope we get you streaming one day, Jara. No rush, no pressure on that, of course. That'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I've definitely heard of stuff like that, Airfields. Yeah, actually, you've watched like, well, I won't reference it by channel or some now, given where they've gone. But you've watched like Cinema Snob, right? Like Brad Jones, like he does a series where he just tries stuff out. Some of it being pretty disgusting, like stuff that's really out of date as well. But yeah, there's definitely a market for that kind of stuff. It'd be a good test of someone's vocabulary, because that's really where you've got to get quite illustrative in your language to talk about what you're eating and how it kind of feels. I'm not very good at that. I would just be like, I like the taste of this. It is delicious. I'd struggle to find the words to articulate exactly how I feel about the taste of something. Oh good, I've got the bomb. I don't know what the bombs really do. They're the least interesting, like... Yeah, come here. It's got me wondering as well, like, which character speedrunners favour as well. I would, Jara. It'd be great. You underestimate how much that would appeal to people. What about Jala Eats as well? Let's combine those two. Why not? Ooh. Jala Strands. Sounds like they take good care of you, the, a little bit rude just referring to them like this, as if it's their only defining character trait, but the lesbians, it sounds like they, take care of you, that's good. Yeah, I don't have a lot going on socially either at the moment. Should be trying a bit more in that regard. Well, these will certainly be something. What? Was that definitely a gap I fell through? Because it really looked like a solid surface. Unfortunate. I think I'll do one more level with Charmy and then we'll swap to another character. Oh, we definitely didn't do this one. Wow, went to... That was a... I can't be the only one who thought countdown upon seeing that, right? I don't know what it means though. That'd be alright to stream. I'm not a football guy at all, but it'd still be cool to kind of get an idea of like the mechanics of it, stuff like that. Yeah, exactly, Jara. That'd be great. This level seems a bit annoying. Like, there we go. There's definitely very Sonic-y sound effects in this as well. Like that bounce there, I've definitely heard in another Sonic game. Really satisfying, chunky sound effects. Yeah, it's definitely all the... well, it's weird because it started out really grey and then... It's like a deep blob stage. Starts out grey and then just gets colourful. There was a bit more... It wasn't quite as gradual in this case. This could be a little annoying if you're just trying to glide around your partner characters just going everywhere. If there's some way I can kind of calm them down a bit. I can do that to make them come back to where I am. Oop. Yeah, let's go on there. Bit tiny! Nice use of the sprite scale in that. Wait, come here. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, it's a really, I mean, I guess with this is, I mean, the backgrounds are, I believe the backgrounds are handled by the Mega Drive, so I assume they'd have the Mega Drive's colour limits on the characters, but that does mean if they're not having to do characters as well, they can just dedicate as much resources to the background as they can. Because the Mega Drive is pretty limited in terms of how many colours you would have on screen. I think it's just like 64 or something like that. Whereas like the Super Nintendo is like 25. To go. I still don't really know what that clock, or the stopwatch thing. to go back here. Ah, this is where I was, though. Oh god, please don't tell me we've got like a maze going. Oh! If I try to go back in this. What's up here? Oh no, yeah, this is... Oh, where'd it go? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, D-Blob, there's a PC port of it, I believe, now as well. I never played the second one. The first one was definitely like a little nice hidden gem on the way. Very likeable game. It did get a little repetitive, I remember, but I remember still really liking it. Let's go back this way, I guess. But yeah, it feels like I was meant to go this way, though. That's the new one, at least. Wait, has that taken... No, it's taking me somewhere new. Okay. Yeah, a bit of, not very clear... Ah! Not terribly clear direction in the level design there. Let's get mighty. Hey, buddy. I know on the weekend, Peds wants to stream Recall. I was playing that a bit earlier, actually, because I got it on Game Pass on PC. It's quite fun. Yeah, I think he's gonna be streaming that on Mixer, I think. Keen to try that out. I don't know about tonight so much, because I think he said the weekend, so I assume he meant like Saturday and Sunday. I don't know tonight then. If there's I might be able to play something tonight, but I'm gonna need I'm planning to play this until about 8. And I'm definitely gonna need a break after that. So I probably won't be available immediately to play something tonight. Whoa! Oh, this is pretty cool. Yeah, we haven't seen Robotnik at all in person. That's not very... Oh, I think you might have to knock that into him. What are you meant to do? Ah! Oh, I'm timed? What? Oh. Oh. We now bring you back to your regularly scheduled programming, I guess. It's definitely one of the most confusing Sonic games, this. This stage. Oh shit, I was going to change from Charlie. Maybe the next stage. Ah, cool. So he's streaming at some point tonight. I assume he's, yeah, he is watching the stream. Now I assume he's just kind of lurking. Yeah, Mixer seems alright. I mean, the thing is, it seemed like the big advantage it had over Twitch was improved latency. But, Twitch just improved that. Oh, I think it was Twisted it, or was it OBS? Because there was an option I had to activate on OBS, but... So I don't know if Mixer has much of an advantage anymore. I know, the thing I've really noticed looking up Mixer is that it seems like Microsoft are really trying to push it. To what level of success we'll see, but... I was watching someone stream where they made a really good point about this, where... Twitch probably didn't feel pressured to improve their latency by that much. Oh shit, I was about to go the other way, not that way. If it wasn't for Mixer, so it's a case of competition being good for the marketplace. I mean, the business strives to improve their product. Oh, damn it, I wish I hadn't made that stupid mistake if they had the bonus though as well. Okay. Oh, I've done like one of each at least, and then level 3 on the first one. Hasn't been too bad to have to do all this again. He says behind gritted teeth. No, I mean, at least like the levels being random kind of means it doesn't feel like you're doing the same thing again. Let's go to SBO. And to be honest, the levels kind of blur together anyway a bit. I don't like change. I can relate. Oh, I didn't know that. That's pretty. I've never heard of Odd Shot. That's another competitor, I guess. I'm guessing. So that's quite cool. Yeah, this thing, I did grow up playing games on this, but obviously being born in 91, I was pretty late on the 16-bit generation, but I still played this, and then got a brief taste of like SNES stuff over friends' houses, played like lots of Game Boy, original Game Boy as well, but there was definitely a lot of like always being fascinated by games that came before. I think just a general love for like the aesthetic you see in a lot of 16-bit games. It's definitely something I've always had. And there's kind of a nostalgic element to it, but I just like how these games look and play. Even if sometimes I do want to like put stuff in like save states if need be. If they have some of the unfortunate difficulty bounds that games from that era can have. But yeah, I've really felt the retro bug again lately. It's been a while since I have, to be honest, but I think especially getting retro art set up, and I really like sort of the some of the features it's got, like the improved input, the reduction of input lag. Like you know, so I've got scan lines on this as well, so I really like how I can make them look on a big TV, sort of have them look the way they're meant to. I think I'm just having a lot of fun with these. What did that do? Let's get that S, even though I still don't know what it is. Oh, I think I'll exit now because I think it's. I think if you don't exit properly, you don't get what you got in that. You don't get the things you picked up. Oh wow, I see. So it's and I imagine from Twitch's point of view, they wanted people to kind of do as much as they could just on Twitch alone, instead of having to rely on things like that. God, can you imagine Paul Grub if there wasn't the ability to clip? You need him to be able to do that. It's a big part of the fun. I will say, like, I do think the level design is pretty flawed in this, and I do agree with the criticisms. I do like that there is often a sensation of, if you beat a level once, you haven't seen everything in there. Like, I definitely feel like I'm running past a lot of stuff, which is definitely the kind of feeling I want in a Sonic game. It really encourages replayability. then we are coming to another problem that I'll decide here where it's like, where do I go? How do I do? What do? Okay, I guess this will do. Ooh. Oh yeah, I remember this, but... There we go. Ooh, whoa! Let's get Mighty in. Oh, whoa! Oh god, oh god, get the... Oh! Can you get a handle for what's going on yet, Matt? Yeah, that is the thing, Joe. Like, I mean, I like Dark Souls, so obviously I like it challenging games, but... Like, I think there can be fun, say, playing like some of these games that have limited continues and trying to beat them within that allotment, but I also think it's like, well... If you want to kind of add some modern convenience to that, just sort of save state before the start of every level, I think that's fine. Like, maybe down the line it can be set as a future challenge to try and beat it with limited continues. I mean, that's what ended up happening when I played Rocket Knight Adventures last week. Where ideally I wanted to beat it with limited continues, but I fucked up. It's had a lot of fun though, like, doing it like that, and then hopefully one day I can come back to it. Do it normally. Get up there. There we go. Ooh. Let's ignore the buzzsaws, because that's not good for our well-being. Let's jump over you. I have to do it with one shot, so let's do it again. This one doesn't seem too tough compared to the other ones. I'm definitely going to speak too soon by saying that, but it seems... don't really want to get that one, seems too risky. Ah, you... Oh, there we go. Oh, I can't believe I just did that. I should have just gone to the X's, those would have just let me bounce back. Not very smart. I'm gonna assume there's 7 Chaos Rings as per tradition. Hey, I don't really know what the benefit of becoming Lars like this is. I mean, it shows off the 32X's capabilities, so I guess that's always rad, but... There we go. I was just use the A button, aka to get the partner out of being stuck behind something button. Ah, no! Wrong way! Right, you get up that. There we go. Oh god, we're your basis of comparison for other streams. Oh no, don't start watching like professional or good streams, Jala. It was a bad minor. This is a chill stream, is it? Yeah, I like the idea of that. I certainly would want these to be generally laid back. Certainly like to encourage that kind of atmosphere. Can't be dealing with stress with video games when possible. I want it to be a positive part of my life. Within reason. I mean, so far catastrophes like earlier. I mean, they can be stressful in themselves, but... Yeah, it is funny, because I know I'm kind of being a... is this an acceptable use of the term hipster, to just be like streaming old games that almost certainly no one else is at the moment? That's why I'm more interested in streaming anyway. Tell you what, hold on, where is it? Yeah, you can't really see it, but that bad thing I just smashed, I'm pretty sure that's in Sonic CD as well, like those little hummingbird looking ones. Yeah, I mean, I have actually, for pretty cynical reasons, I've got the game set as retro instead of Knuckles Chaotix, because apparently that is... You're more likely to get viewers on that than you are specific old games, but yeah, I imagine, like, Fortnite, like Overwatch, like some of the much bigger games, there's a way you get, like, the, as you say, the, some of the more troll-type characters. So I've never really had on the stream yet. Unless you count Matt. Only joking, Matt. There we go. Knuckle, yeah. Possibly ever. I wonder how many people have streamed this on 32X hardware. Like I totally am doing all this stuff though. Right, I really feel like I should have had this last time, so hopefully this time. Ah, you fuck! Not that right, clearly. Fuck's sake. Like missed 4 in a row there. Okay. So if I go into you... Yep. Let's go up here. Oh god, oh god, oh Jesus. This is getting less chill stream now as I go through this bonus level. Ah. Oh shit, I'm pretty low on rings actually. Ooh. Right, doing good in terms of spheres, but I'm really low on rings. This could be a bit of a struggle. But oh shit, yeah, I'm gonna run out, I think. Oh! Oh god, oh god. No! God damn it. Very tough the bonus stages, I mean they usually are in Sonic games. Oh yeah, I think this was... Just the level, like after this level, I think I accidentally lost my last save on. I mean I would it that way as if I actually had a save to begin with. Oh, is that true, Air Force? That's pretty cool, actually. I'm not following any games on... I mean, I guess I'm not actively looking for streams to follow at the moment. Definitely seems like a good way to do it. That must be how, like, because like when I was streaming like Final Fantasy 12, like I had someone come in who was just clearly an expert on the game. I guess they must have had it so that Twitch would notify them if anyone ever plays that. Maybe I'll set up notifications for Awesome Pawsome to see if anyone ever streams that. Whee! Yeah, it's quite rough. I mean, I felt a bit bad in retrospect. 'Cause Pens did ask if I wanted to do stuff on the official the arcade channel. The thing is, I'm reluctant to ever kind of put a schedule on it. Partly because I mean, for my own sake, I kind of just want these streams to be somewhat whenever I want to do them. It's been a bit more relaxed. And also, I just feel like even if I did set up a schedule, I'd inevitably kind of break it. And I feel bad at that point, especially if it was for like the GRK Twitch channel. Yeah, it's getting some use lately with Devlin. I always like the layout of his streams actually, like the overlay he has. Let's get another part up. Oh no, I didn't want. Oh, that's boring. I don't like one of the generic ones. Alright, let's get you then. Infector, Mighty, or one of them. Yeah, I love this song. Speaking of chill stream. Again, speaking of like the way 32X games use both the Mega Drive and the 32X, I understand this. I feel like the percussion is the Mega Drive in these songs, and well, like generally the melody and whatnot is done by instruments through the 32X. Not actual real instruments, obviously, but it's pretty cool though. Oh, why did you just stay up there? Hey. Excellent. No, no, John, no, oh, bless you, man. I didn't take it as that. That's what I just meant, because it just kind of reminded me of Pens asking me about it. I didn't take it as that at all. Don't you worry about that. No, I need to emphasise that. I was not taking that as a slight in any way. Don't worry about that at all, man. Yeah, I suppose at this point as well, like I'd probably rather stream from my own channel. Which one again? I'd probably rather stream from my own channel anyway. But I'm definitely grateful to GRK, because that is how I've basically got any kind of viewership at all. I certainly wouldn't be that motivated to do these if there weren't people I had some degree of familiarity with, even if obviously through GRK it's kind of just through the internet, but still. Like, I think I had, this was a while ago, I did definitely stream before where it was just like, no one was watching. Well, actually, no, I have streamed before where like, I had someone who I'd made friends with, like, online off a forum years ago. I still talk to him on Steam now. Like, he'd watch me playing through one or two games that he'd played before. And kind of giving me tips and whatnot. I don't know if this... I feel like this is just holding me back, this helper character. Like this specific one. Because I can't really build up momentum very easily. Just because they're meant to be quite heavy. Like the way it kind of waddles though, look at this. Ooh. What time is it? 8 minutes past. So... Come on, little Robo. Yeah. Let's go to play this stage. Hey, Grum! Good to see you, man. Oh, I didn't see... Yeah, that'd be quite cool. never sort of get around like people on the stream on their own channels, and yeah, it's I've not really tried to actively promote this these streams, so I don't know. It's hard for me to know if I just feel like like I'm more like sort of trying to just bluntly advertise to people in an annoying way, even though never there's anything wrong with just trying to get people into like watching your streams, but yeah, maybe I should just put a link to it on like my phew, that was close. I can just put a link to these on my GRK signature. I mean, God knows if anyone would actually click on it, but yeah, I can put it there. To be honest, I've had GRK signatures off for a few years now, so I forget they're on there. I still want to. I did want to put my I did want to put that banner you made for my birthday jar as my signature. Actually, the one with my username with the Nostalgia Arcade logo and all these characters and things I like on it. I was really flattered you did that. Yeah, ooh. Nearly horribly messed that up then. Maybe I'll make like a smaller version of that. Because that is one of the reasons I turned signatures off. I don't like the big chunks of things being below each post. They are fun though. There's obviously like some pretty amusing. Oh, I thought I'd have to jump to go into that. I really shouldn't have jumped there. Yeah, oh god, I just... So, okay, Grub, you saw what I just did there, right? I did that before after, like, maybe an hour's play or so. So I was like, oh, I'll just reload my save. But I picked this option when I started. So I could not reload my save, so I lost loads of progress. So this is actually a redo. And if you look here... I've got rewind on now, so I can do that if something like that happens again, but I didn't have it on at the time. So there was a bit of stupidity on my... Oh, this is cool, yeah, you can pick... You can go 1 player and 2 player on here. Maybe I'll try that with Peds at some point. I still want to be Knuckles for now. It's admittedly not very... Let's get 90. Yeah, it was really... It's not terribly sympathetic, Grom, because it was basically my fault. But I would at least say, like, I don't think no save should be the default option, given most people would probably want the save feature. They'll teach me not to read the exam question before giving an answer on it. Yeah, I just... Sorry, I saw your earlier comment, Grom. Yeah, I'm quite lucky, as I say, because like the GRK group we've got here... that I do get a viewership, and I've recently introduced a real life friend to these as well, who I message past these now actually, see if he's about. He's tuning in as well, so that's quite fun. These definitely wouldn't be, like, I need a chat to interact with for these to be. But I will say as well, it's quite nice to have recordings of the game I can look back on later as well, see how I got on with it. I'm definitely glad I've got the chat on the stream now as well, so like that'll be part of those re-hostings as well. So I think without them it's probably not clear what I'm responding to. On the re-hosted version of those. Ooh! You know it's serious business when you accidentally whistle. This one. Oh, yeah, mighty that. Here's a preview for Sonic Mania Plus. Actually, I became mighty at a bad time though, because he doesn't really have any maneuverability on his own. So that little hit there wasn't really ideal. Okay, can you just... yeah. Will be Knuckles again for this bit. Yeah, I'm definitely adding a few more. If you guys have ever seen me stream Rocket League, I always have like a game music playlist on that. I already have the first level theme from this, but I'm definitely going to add a few more. Definitely this track. Oh god. I feel like Knuckles just poked my eye out. I would want that bit to have 3D going out of the screen kind of depth perception. Right. I really want to just get this stage done, so let's go at it. I've had to redo this way too many times now. Especially because I'm pretty sure this is the one where I said, like, oh, this one doesn't seem too bad. So, of course, I messed it up a good few times. Like that! Oh, my defense, it gets confusing when the view changes, but oh, that was weak. I don't find Mighty that useful. There you go, earphones. Yeah, I love it with random show. I've had it a lot lately, actually. I've had a few names I don't recognise in the viewer list on this, which is cool. Oh, really, earphones? That's pretty cool. I I wonder what the most popular retro games people would stream are. Would they be the obvious ones? Yeah, that's right, Grab. We did a commentary last night. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it was good. It was a good laugh watching. Because I think perhaps notoriously within our group by this point, I know nothing about Doctor Who, so it was kind of fascinating watching that film having that perspective. It was definitely fun to watch in that context. I think I would have struggled getting through it, like if it was my only thing I was focusing on. There's obviously wasn't a lot going on there, but it was charming. Like I like Peter Cushing as the Doctor, and it had kind of a goofy 60s sci-fi charm. Plus, I found the Daleks adorable. I don't think you were meant to, but I just kept screaming about how goofy their voices were, and I guess just general demeanour. Oh, that's really weird. Like two invincibility boxes were placed so close to each other. And yeah, like, this was just something they were sorry, I did answer your question, Grub, as well, like why they're attached together. This is just something they experimented with, I guess. There's a Mega Drive prototype called Sonic Crackers, where it's Sonic and Tails attached together like this. But for this final game, they they went with Knuckles as the main character, just all these kind of bizarre other characters they didn't really use for the longest time until recently. Yeah, I'm not doing it very effectively generally, but you can, like, you kind of use your partner to propel you to, like, higher platforms or things like that. It's pretty fun, but it is unwieldy. And I'm pretty sure I'm not making the most of it. You get all sorts of weird things, like I'm now the crocodile because I got a power up. Oh god, just stay, guys. Ooh. Okay, there we go. Nah, don't worry about it. There's no, if people stop chatting for a while, I'm not gonna, throw a fit. That's how I do it while watching streams as well. I always assume they'll be people kind of lurk in and out of them, so it's all good. Yeah, we're doing the second film soon. No worries, Joe, if you're still there. I feel like I'm probably at a similar point of progress to where I was before I lost my save now. I don't know how much I've got left in terms of... Will this be viable for me to finish? I guess I probably won't finish this by 8. So I'll just come back to this maybe on Sunday. Why have I got minus 60 wins? That's what that enemy was doing. I've got minus 26. Oh, when you do that, that takes away 10 wins. I didn't realise. It's a bit mean to put a price on it. So I'm probably not getting the bonus stage now, I imagine. There we go. He'll put you on the naughty list. Yeah, I get what you mean, Matt. I can just hit you all of a sudden at the concert. I can imagine watching the stream as well if it's quite sort of just someone kind of talking over a game. Like over time, that can I've definitely fallen asleep to like streams or people who've done YouTube videos like that. Ow! Ah! Oh, we came out of that surprisingly alright. I feel like our skull should still be intact after that. What does Vector's skull look like? That's our thought for the day. I guess that's a... Ah, damn it, I should have done that. Oh, that minus 29 runes. So if I get hit at all now, I'll die, and I need to get 29 runes more for that to no longer be the case. I don't know what... Is this even a leash? It's like a... string of sparkles. Which might be the most whimsical sentence I've ever said in my life, and that's saying a lot. Come on, Vector. Come on! Oh, get down here. Silly Vector. Whoa! What on earth? Wait, are we in that? That's right. Actually, there's basically been no boss battles in this. Oh, I'm about to die on side because I've... Ah, yep. My god, that was strange. I wonder if that's dynamic though, that can happen on any level. So weird. Wait a minute, is this the level I just did? I think it is, yeah. Oh well. Hey, yep, same bell and everything. So my guess is we'll do that boss again. Oh, maybe. Oh no, maybe it's like you get to Act 5 of each zone and then you get a boss. So yeah, that make more sense. And once I've beaten that, it'll just be the I'm progressing for this a lot more quickly. I'm not gonna go into that boss fight with negative rings this time. Oh yeah, you're stupid. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, this is the dead end I went to, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. There we go. Let's catch up with Trout a little bit. What game is that, Xanthan? Yeah, I'm not judging. Knuckles does what he wants. Bangalore power. Fox and Forest. Yeah, were you streaming that before, Xanthan? It has puns. Okay, yeah, that sold me. You know me too well. To be fair, I'm okay with having. I think this game's meant to take place in like a carnival, which explains the way. Oh god. Like this evil merry-go-round thing that... Whoa, this is a bit of a... Whoa! Hey! Okay, that wasn't too bad. Hey, about that. Off he goes. So I've actually finally beaten the zone on this. It's definitely a different approach to most Sonic games from this era, where it's just like 3 acts at most per zone. And you have quite a lot of zones, whereas this has only 5 zones, but 5 acts per each form. Yeah, there we go, so that one's cleared. So it's still a fair way to go. Yeah, I'm not beating this tonight. That's okay. I do like the way it is clever, like if you can have that many acts per zone, it is nice to just kind of have the levels be random, so you just kind of, you're not seeing the same level theme over and over again. I think it does just kind of lead to an issue that there's not really a difficulty curve to this. Because obviously with levels like that, you can't really, if you vary the difficulty too much, you'll just be kind of all over the place. It's one of my favourite zones visually, this is very pretty. Some nice use of colours here. Really striking, kind of abstract imagery. Oh! We're in like a greenhouse or something, it looks like. Some sort of botanical fin. Another level's called Botanic something. Oh, Super Lucky's Tale, yeah. I think I got like 2 days before my Game Pass runs out. I should probably just finally give that a go. That was one thing, I did actually, I don't usually watch the Microsoft E3 conferences, but I did watch that, their one last year. And Super Lucky's Tale was one of the most appealing looking games to me. It's just like, I like charming platformers with cutesy characters. It's probably quite clear by this point. Up we go, Vector. There we go. Okay, maybe about half an hour left to stream, I think. Yeah, I do like this game overall. I think it could have done with more time in the oven. Like, the levels really don't changed that much, and a lot of the design of them is rudimentary to a fault. But I still, while it is pretty frustrating, I still find the process of getting around pretty fun. As I say, I just adore the aesthetic of this game. Like, the music and visuals are so up my alley, it's ridiculous. Yeah, the characters are very flat in the film, Matt, you are right. I mean, it's a short run time, and obviously with a TV show you can develop them more. I can't believe that clip you showed us, Matt, from the TV show. Like, that cliffhanger of Barbara just screaming her lungs out as she gets cornered by a Dalek. That was horrifying. I couldn't get over that. Poor Barbara. Go into the... see, it's really hard to line that up there, where the perspective's constantly changing. Oh, he just kind of shifts really suddenly in a jarring fashion. Oh my god, I've actually done this! Hey! I didn't fuck it up yet. Hey! Oh, I gotta get 10 here, that's gonna be tough. Shit. Right, I want you. Let me go this way, yeah. Let me go to you. I want you. No, I don't want you, because you suck. No offense, Spiky Ball, but I do want... Oh, fuck, that was just... Oh, no! Oh, it's because I said the Spiky Ball sucked, didn't it? Oh, God, that bloody bonus level, I just want done with it. Oh, annoying. I know, right, earphones. I
made a huge mistake.
Yep. I echo Mr. Will on that himself there. I really have made a mistake. It's quite nice, like, a couple of those sound effects can work as being context sensitive as well. Okay, doke, Jara. Cheers for tuning in, man. Might see you later then, alright? Again, thanks so much for coming on, man. Bye-bye. Hey! We deblobbed the area. We got all the pretty colours. We started the countdown timer as well. Because I still don't really know what that does. I feel like there should be a bonus thing here. Hey. Again, I don't like I said, you do jump higher, so I guess that's one advantage of being big. I just like getting that because it looks cool. It's pixelated as hell, but oh, poor DK fell down a chasm, presumably. I can relate to that. Yeah, I promise I'll try and get more sound effects in due time. Maybe get that bot to say other things as well. At least it's not threatening genocide like the last message I gave it. You got hit by a how's that pronounced? Is that Durian? Durian? I know.
How could anyone do this?
There you go. That's for Java. We got a House of the Dead quote there. Yeah, I know what fruit that is. It's in Animal Crossing as well, isn't it? I remember them on that Mario Kart 64 track. Oh, there you go. There we go. That's better. Oh, yeah, I think this world is my least favourite, even though I like it becoming colourful. The layout's just really confusing on these. It's hard to get a good metric for where you are progress-wise. I wish the game would explain to you what the hell those clocks, those egg timers are about as well. And on that vector. What is that doing? I don't. Oh, is there maybe like an X I've got to get to in time before that runs out? Ah, for God's sake. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, I don't know. If the game's given tutorials before, I could have done one for that. Oh, I think I'm at the start of the level now. Well, at the very least, I feel like I've gone back a bit. Let's go back the way we go. Yeah, I like my Sonic levels to have alternate routes, but I don't want them to be overly maze-like and confuse them. Yeah, so I'm guessing... Okay, so I activate the timer. I guess... Okay, we'll go to bonus level anyway. Jurian. Okay. It sounds like someone's name, Durian, if you say, like, I read that, I could see that be, like, a first name. Like, if you put, like, Durian Jenkins down, I'd be like, oh yeah, that's someone's name. I don't question it. Back to this bloody stage. It's too confusing. There's just too many of these fins that just transport you somewhere. Oh damn it, I'm back here again as well. I don't know what that... See, I feel like a Sonic game should be obtuse like this. That said, I am willing to bet it's something obvious that I'm just being a bit silly on something I'm not realising. Vector's still having the way all the time, so I'm happy for that. It's working. What does this do? I don't know. See, look at that timer racking up as well. It shouldn't be the case. Get like 5 minutes is usually how long they should run at the most. Oh, where's this taking me now? Oh, I'm just going around in circles. wonder if as well if this is what... Sorry if that came through very loudly. I wonder if this is one of those Sonic games where 10 minutes and you run out of time as well. Did she? I know she is known to be somewhat eccentric. So let's see if I can find it. Knuckles, Chaotix, Clock. I guess it's timer. I can't remember what this level's called as well. Timer. Well, there you go. The full playthrough of this is 2 hours. It's probably the longest Sonic game from this time. I mean, well, if you combine Sonic 3 and Knuckles, that might be longer, but whether you count that. Okay, well, fancy roulette. Oh god, sorry, that's going to be coming through really loud, isn't it? Let's turn the volume on that all the way down. Yeah, sorry if that just blasted your ears out. If it did mine, I know it's going to be really loud in the stream. Okay, I found a level like this in this world. I don't think it's the same one.
Gee, it sure is boring around here.
Shut up, Matt! I regret putting some of those in now. God damn it. Yeah, this doesn't really make it clear. Yeah, this is a later one, see if we can get to the earlier level in that world. So, I'm not really getting a clear answer on that. This might be cutting the stream, to be honest. I'm starting to wonder if I'll leave it here. Don't know what the timer does. Oh, there we go, running out of time. Right, at least if I get someone again, I'll know which one to look up. Yeah, whatever. Hey, a level I'll actually probably be able to make sense of, hopefully. Even if I get hurt instantly. Ooh, yeah, not doing very well in this one. Yeah, not through my own skill, but indeed, I did get out of that hellish nightmare. At least I'll take note of what level that is next time I play it, so I can look up a playthrough on it. So I did just load up a Let's Play, but it was quite hard to get the specific point I was at. There's been a bit of fatigue on this playthrough between this and that one bloody bonus stage I can't get past. Ah, oh, oh god, oh god, oh, crikey Moses. Ooh. Look at this mess. Whoa. British colloquial saying. So we can summarise that last bit as. Oh, okay. I like these. These little cinemas are really cool. You don't really see these in any Sonic games from this era. Remind me of something like you'd seen in the Game Boy Advance era. So like, whoa! Wait, what the? So Retro Arts just crashed. My god, this stream has gone weird places though. That's strange. It'll just take me to... Why is there no save there? Oh, fuck! Oh, I guess I'll just have to reload my... This is quite a ways, but... Ah, seriously, why did I lose my save? Oh, bloody hell, this stream is just... And why... Retrons, why have you turned rewind off as well? God. Yeah,
I got my walkie.
Yeah. Pretty much, Ralph. Yeah, this... It's so weird, I don't know if that was like the emulator call, maybe that... I think there are still a few kinks with 32X emulation. I don't think it's perfect. Maybe there's something weird there. I still can't believe that though, bro. No, it is on, so why is it not? Oh no, it is, to be fair. Good. Unfortunately I stopped save stating. So I don't understand, why did it lose my save? Because it should have been automatically. And it was there before, so what the...
What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. How about you?
Oof. Dracula's pissed too. Right, let's see where let's save this. Okay, so there's like 3 levels behind, I think. Let's see what one it puts me on now. Is this what I did before? Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, I think it's about time to call this after. God, I'm trying to make sense of that. It's so bizarre. At least I've got a save to go back to thanks to the save state, but man. I don't know what, I guess when Retrofiles crashed, maybe I lost the save. Something weird with that emulator, maybe. But yeah, I'm gonna finally call it there. I have no idea, Graham. Yeah, cheers, guy. It's been a bit of a roller coaster of emotions this stream, hasn't it? A bit more frustration than I'd like, but... Ah well. Yeah, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully Peds is streaming something later. Well, I think it is. It seems so. Hateful Game hates. And yeah, having to redo sections does kind of bring out the somewhat monotonous design of this game at times. I still really like it overall. But yeah, I'll probably leave it until Sunday at least before I play it again. I'll definitely finish it on stream. Maybe I'll try. So what else have we got on here? Oh yeah, I got like a load of Virtual Boy games on here as well now. There you go, Matt. There you go, Matt. Blame it on the weather, man. Tell you what, I'll show you something cool for like a couple of minutes. Got Mega CD emulation here. Oh wow, this is a cool option screen. So yeah, this is Batman Returns on the Mega CD. Check this out. Hey. There's Birdman himself. About to eat us looking by the. Oh my god! It's a bit of a terrifying close-up of him. Cool bullshit because he's not wearing any eyeshadow like they make Batman do in the movies. Yeah, this is pretty rad. Look at this. Hey. I guess this is 92. Like, imagine coming home with this in 92. Okay, so if you squint, it's like I'm playing Rocket League, because of course I've got this Batmobile in that now. Yeah, it's pretty crazy for using sprite scaling really well here. But I know this is meant to be hard as balls, which is why I'm probably going to die in like a second. Just a random RV, I'm so, oh, sorry. It's all in the name of Bat Justice. But you got the script from Batman and Robin in there, haven't you? Come back. You won't make it. Wait, that is an actual enemy. I just thought that was like a passerby, but they're actually actively damaging me. And there's just like random civilians fancying their chances against the Batmobile. Yeah, so from what I understand, this is like... Ah, sure. Yeah, this is meant to be really hard as well. No, that's enough of that. Evil Chatham. Shooting innocent civilians. To be honest, he pretty much does stuff like that. Like, he gleefully murders in Batman Returns, so it's not that far off anyway. It's not the most pacifist portrayal of bats. Which is obviously Batman v Superman. Anyway, okay, stream is actually going to end now. Cheers, Gant. I'll catch you all later, alright? And the moral of today's story is, for Christ's sakes, don't lose your save file if you can help it. But yeah, take it easy, Gant. Bye-bye.